Great and light. All that introduction stuff is nice, but it ain't necessary. Look, I'm just an observer. I'm just an observer. Of course, I uh, understand how you feel. I can relate and all that good stuff, but I'm just an observer. Wise Robert and Wilson W. The Tale of the Dragon. Demco. Um, News in between Georgia and Florida, the water is already at a level where it needs to be being boiled. Now, I don't know where you're located, but I know the government and them listens in and comes and checks on my live. And they haven't put a post out yet where I'm at. But I'm saying it before they put the post out. They're going to be putting out a post out soon that you need to start boiling your water. Uh, I can smell the sulfur in the water. I can smell the sulfur. I told y'all I like the smell of sulfur, but I know when it's not drinkable, or edible. It's not supposed to be edible or drinkable or rubbed all in your scalp anyway. But I smell it in the water. So if you can, don't even brush your teeth with the water. Okay? I remember last time I said this, and nobody understood. Let's see. Okay, what else? Mississippi mud pies. Huh? I think that's a derogatory statement. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked it up or tried to. But I know how we used to like to eat Mississippi mud pie ice creams. And we knew how to spell. Mississippi was the first state you learned how to spell in Florida. You know the cheer. MISSISSIPPI, that y'all remember? I don't remember how the cheer went, but I know we knew how to spell Mississippi before we was in first grade. So of course, they talking about the flooding and all that. And no worries. No worries. everybody already know what's going on and what's gonna happen and stuff. So um, I'm just observing. I'm reading and writing and speaking what I'm observing. All right. So they're speaking of the flood waters in Mississippi, but they're not telling you about the other flood waters, the other zones that are. They did do an update in the Federal Register. I read it to y'all yesterday, and I said you need to go in and check it because they give you a map of all the insurance, the places that are going to be in the national flood insurance zone, meaning more than likely, if your area got approved for this insurance to the states and local townships and all that for floods insurance, if they got approved, then you may very well be in a flood zone. But they mentioned on Google that New York is in the flood zone, but New York didn't get approved for any, or they just didn't place it yet. I don't know. Okay, y'all can look it up for yourself. I ain't got time. I think I'm in a safe a flood zone that's safe based on my research and development. Now, let me tell you about the storms. You can control anything except for man. Man has a will of its own, but you really can. Let me tell you what the tornado did to me yesterday. I mentioned it to y'all, but I felt the storm, the tornado come. I felt it. I felt the magnitude. I felt all of that before it even started forming right where I'm at. So I've experienced it before a few times. You'll know a tornado right there around you or above you because all of a sudden everything gets quiet. The rain stops, it just goes like it's the sound gets sucked into and your ears clog. For those who be all excited, they may not even get a chance to notice, but those who done been through it know. So I sat there and I said, "Oh no, you don't." I lifted up my window and looked, and as it started twirling on the trees, I gave it a dirty look. Huh? And it backed on out. And went somewhere else. They have machines that can test my voice right now and the excitement in my voice. Huh? It could determine that I'm being truthful and transparent. Huh? I gave that storm a dirty look, that tornado, whatever its name was, whatever whoever sent it. You don't believe they got that much control over the weather now? Look, pay attention to your phone a little bit more, just a little bit, not too much. You don't want to give it too much attention. But they got it down where the phone could tell you when the rain is gonna stop. It says the rain will stop in your area in 7 minutes. Did you hear what I said? The rain will stop in your area in 20 minutes. Not probably, not more than likely. Huh? The rain will stop in your area in 7 minutes. What else I want to talk about real quick? Let me let Delia play a little bit in the background. Because I'm not going to be on here long. I thought I had my headphone. I would have been on here earlier, but my batteries in the headset went out. Um, the clemency. Here's some more bull crap. I know it's a lot of people that's like, oh yeah, listen, looking at the news, they gave 150 people clemency, the light drug sentence for marijuana, right? No, honey. I thought, you know what I thought when they were saying stuff like that? I thought like they done pull somebody over that done had like maybe a bag of weed, 2, 3 bags. I don't know, just a little enough to last them for a week or two, and they got arrested or something like that. And those are the people that they talking about. And now they talking about straight hardcore meth producers and sellers. And let me go down. I want to go down this clemency list. I could talk about Elon right now. I'm giving him enough time to get himself together. I know he peed in the bed last night, scared to death. Uh, you still pee in the bed, Elon? When the last time you peed in the bed? Hey, y'all, I get that from Minister Copper Christ. Minister Copper Tone, Latrell Tinwell. He posed the question, when was the last time you pissed the bed? I'm asking you that, Elon. I know it was probably past shadow hours. Look at what they letting people out on. President Biden acting proud. He got a Chiquita banana, boy. Was about to distribute 500 grams or more. See, I didn't think that they was talking about clemency for people who was selling drugs and making drugs. I thought it was about people who got pulled over for weed that they had for themselves with no intent to sell or nothing and sitting there doing time for stuff like that. They got intents to sell. Uh, they got distribute, conspiracy to distribute. I ain't talking about no weed. I'm talking about meth. They got intent to distribute. I'm talking about meth now. I'm waiting for the marijuana. Heroin, possession, 1 key. These people finna work for doggone NIST. They finna give them a job. I'm telling you, look, conspiracy to distribute. They ain't even put how much on that one. This one had a sentence of life imprisonment. They ain't even put how much. This out of Kentucky. They ain't even put how much meth that this person was going to distribute or where they was distributing it from. Straight off the pot. Huh? Oh, look what is they doing? Heroin distribution. 1 key. Look at that. Meth. Conspiracy. This one is both marijuana and meth. Ooh, and they was sentenced to life. Ooh, wonder how much weed they had. If they only had 500 grams of meth, they must have had a whole heap of marijuana. Goodness. Look at this one. Distribute cocaine and drug trafficking, firearms. Oh boy. This one related to Calhoun. Y'all didn't hear them talking about Calhoun today at the football game. I mean, at the briefing where Biden was talking about his coach Calhoun. Now, the reason why that stuck in my mind is because when he said it, I was thinking about Calhoun Prison, the prison in Calhoun. Now, here come Bojangle Charles Calhoun. Boy, they better do a check on that. What them Calhouns up to? I promise you, just today, Biden mentioned his coach named Calhoun. Somebody named Calhoun with him years ago. And when he said that, I thought about Calhoun, where the prison at. And then here come this name Calhoun again. Oh Lord. This substance containing a detectable amount. Now this one looked like it was an innocent one. Conspiracy to distribute. Oh, it might not have been innocent. It might have been a whole heap of soap. Yes, with just a hint of meth. I don't know how they sell meth. I don't know what it looked like. I promise you. I don't know what it. I don't know if it's blue, red. It looked like a crystal. I don't know what it is, but I'm imagining if they have to sell it any type of way, soap would. Yeah, this person. I don't know. I'm waiting for the marijuana. Where's all the people that's supposed to be released because of marijuana? Look at that. Supervised crack cocaine, meth, meth. Okay, there go. That's two out of how many I done read so far with distribution of marijuana. Okay, look at this one.
According to annual security
Meth,
report,
meth.
Emory University, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute.
Hmm. What else? Mm, 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 mm. Look at this. Out of all of them, okay, there go another one. It's three, four. They just pull a okey doke on heroin, cocaine, meth, pseudoephedrine. What's pseudoephedrine? When it would be used to manufacture a controlled substance. What the hell is a pseudoephedrine? Ooh, I learned something new today. Look at this. So far, that's only four I counted, right? Everything else here is cocaine and meth, cocaine, meth, cocaine. So Biden today is commuting the sentences of individuals. What is commuting the sentence? Sentence commuted to expire June 20, with the remainder to be served in home confinement, leaving enact and in effect 5-year term, supervised release, unpaid remainder, $5,000 fine. See? So what does this mean for these individuals that they putting out here on the streets? Let me see. Commute definition. Travel some distance between commuted from reduced the sentence. He commuted the sentence. He reduced their sentences. They was talking about commute today at the White House too, when they was explaining, somebody was explaining Biden's commute back and forth to work when he first started working within the Congress or judiciary system. And then they mentioned commute again, about the train, saying it's normal to have 3 derailments a week or a month or some bull crap, right? But y'all know that them cars that went into Mississippi, I wonder what was inside them cars. That went into the Mississippi, and the Mississippi is all of a sudden flooding. You know, the Mississippi always flood, but they talking that bull crap again. And the reason why I say it's bull crap because they put it in the Federal Register way enough time for people to get to it if the people read. But instead of talking about it on the news and letting people know, you could go to the Federal Register and read what's going on, instead of the news making a big hip hooray, monkey chase its tail or whatever type chaos. Anyways, I ain't talking about nothing. I'm just observing. I'm observing. I'm an observer. 58 bills. National Safe Digging Month. National Safe Digging Month must mean people can go and dig with not worrying about somebody coming on them, the mines, and telling them to get off, and not having to be charged on the way out. National Safe Digging Month. There go that name again, Johnstone Nomination Agreement. Anthony DeVos Johnston. Unanimous consent of the Senate. Well, I'm going to go on and get me some rest. I've had a long day. I meant to play Crack Killed Applejack. That was going to be the opening song in light of this information at the White House briefing. They want to talk about football. They don't want to, and they're going to half tell you about this clemency. They letting some big people off, but this was just a scheme for this name right here, this Calhoun. That Charles Calhoun. I don't know. It's a couple of these must be all related. All these people related to somebody in Congress. That's what it is. That's what it is. Somebody in the Senate or in the House. Elon, I'm not through with you. I'm just tired. I'm gonna go close my eyes. And when I get up refreshed and ready for you tomorrow, you better have some answers. Lamina, this is your mother.
Drinking ice water flushes 67 pounds of fat. People are flushing away pound after pound of thick, wobbly fat every day, all by doing this mysterious hack with their ice cubes at night. If you're struggling to lose weight, you need to see this right now. Because Stanford researchers recently revealed that weight gain has little to do with diet or exercise.
Voted #1 All-American from Jollywood High, Nathan Applejack Lewis!
29th of June on a full moon, a baby was born 4 months too soon. All for love and love for all. Who would know later in life he'd fall? This boy was raised with a steady hand. His daddy was a hard-working man. His mama gave him all her love, cause God gave it to her from above. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. His friends thought it was all for fun. He robbed the old woman with a water gun. His heart was pounding, his eyes was wide, but the devil was on his side. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. Some say he should have died that day, but he didn't. He got away. He was living the life out the silver spoon. He was riding like a cowboy gone to the moon. But the price had him. Life's no fun. Now he's just his mama's son on a dead-end street, and he don't really know. His only family's the rocks and the blow. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. He sold his watch, he pawned his ring. Boy, looking for the real thing. And I don't know if I told you about his wife named Annie. He soon began to sell her fanny to the deacon and the plumber and the Indian chief, even to the hype across the street. And when his money and woman was gone, he began to sell his own. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. big ideas, he had big old dreams. By far, this was his worst scheme. He became a preacher, spreading the word, telling folks what they had already heard about life in general. A matter of fact, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but nothing mattered, nothing at all, but a glass pipe and a little white ball. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack. All gone. Can't be all gone. What is this I've become? I'm Applejack. Look, I need to go home. I need to go home. Whistle, twassle, twassle, twang. This boy was never going home. It was a sad sight, I must confess. He died on the freeway in a mini dress. His mama told him which way to go. He had to smoke something the Lord didn't grow. And what I thought was really odd, he died screaming, oh my God. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house. Crack, killed Applejack. He jumped in and he couldn't jump back. He was just too blind to see that death lives in the rock house.